Hey, good morning. It's Mike Zschunke with Berkshire Hathaway Homes and Shift-Run Properties in Scottsdale. Sorry, can't believe it's 8 o'clock. It's funny, just as I'm about to go live, my phone always rings. And I pick up my phone, so give me a call anytime. But Friday morning market chat with Mike. What do we have going on? Single-family detached homes in the multiple listing service, 11,259. It's up a little over 300. Maricopa County, or 8,128, up about 300. And in Scottsdale, for the first time in forever, we have, not forever, but a long time, we have over 1,000 homes for sale, single-family detached. We're 1,004 single-family detached homes for sale in Scottsdale. It's up 15 from last week. So we're starting to see some inventory increase a little bit. Prices are stabilizing. We're going to talk about residential first, and then we'll talk about commercial, and then we're going to dig into the economy a little bit. My background is in hedge funds and the bond market, so we're going to talk about the economy a little bit because I think every real estate agent is getting it wrong. So anyway, prices are stabilizing on houses. Case-Shiller came out. You'll see the headlines say prices are up a little bit, but honestly, the Case-Shiller is a 3-month moving average that is a 2-month lag. So when that's what the media goes off of, currently we're starting to see prices, they're pretty level, increasing a little bit still, but they're pretty stable. We've got a lot of people moving to the area. Heading into the fall market here in Scottsdale, we usually see activity pick up and with prices increase too heading into the fall. So especially in the luxury market, with a lot of those homes coming back on the market. Mortgage rates, 7.69 yesterday, closed at. Woo! We're getting up there, but how do we talk about it? Actually, first of all, I read a report yesterday. If you bought a $400,000 home in January of 2021, your payment was $1,289 a month. If you buy a $400,000 home right now, your payment is $2,275 a month. In general, with 20% down, that's almost $1,000 increase on a $400,000 house. That's huge. So then, of course, I went and looked at the general for this area is $1 million in Scottsdale. January 21, your payment on $1 million home was $3,500 a month, with 20% down. Scottsdale's got some of the lowest taxes in the country, in the state. So, but now you're looking at $5,850 is your monthly payment on $1 million home with 20% down. Significant. That's real significant. But you know what? You can't rent that $1 million house for much less. So I think you're better off buying still. Markets are pretty efficient. Anyway, sat into a Cromford report. You may have heard me before with Tina Tambor. She does a really good market analysis. She had something interesting to say. There's 2 types of buyers missing out on this market right now. There's those who can't afford anymore. That's just the bottom line. Things have gotten expensive. You have debt to income ratio. To make that $5,000 a month mortgage on the $1 million house, you need to make 25% of your income. You need to make $400,000 or $500,000 a year. I don't know how many make that in general. So that's expensive. But she said there's 2 types of buyers missing out on this market: those who cannot afford it now, and those who are waiting for rates and prices to drop. But you know what's funny? Those are the same people that were waiting for rates and prices to drop back 18 months ago. So they're missing out. But, Scottsdale's got a lot of cash. Actually, the world, I don't know where it's coming from in general. We're getting calls from buyers every day. So if you're looking to sell and you price it correctly, your home will sell. No doubt. Actually, just one next door in Ancala Country Club. You've seen us walk through there. Priced at 1.49 on the market, just closed yesterday at 1.52 something. Over asking price in like 17 or 19 days. So I feel like the $1 million to $2 million is kind of the sweet spot where there's a lot of buyers still coming from the Northwest, California, Illinois. That's where we get a lot of our calls from. So if you're looking to sell, give us a call. There's a buyer out there, no doubt. If you're looking to buy, a lot of stuff's happening off market. So, Phoenix area in general, read in the Phoenix Business Journal, 37 large cap companies are expanding in the Phoenix area and bringing 7,000 jobs. It's just, we love it here. We moved here in full time in 2015, and you just can't beat the weather. I remember, I don't miss those days of scraping the window. Just take that out of your life. It's hot for a couple months, but we love it. So, there's a lot of people moving here. Cromford Report looks at market activity. It's still in a seller's market pretty much across the valley. Not as much as it used to be. The outlying areas, the Buckeyes, the Queen Creeks, the Tonopah, starting to move into more of a balanced market. But funny, Chandler, still the hottest market in the valley because there's a lot of companies, a lot of businesses are moving to Chandler. Fountain Hills, number 2. Because it's beautiful. I don't know if you've been to Fountain Hills. Actually, I don't live too far from there, and everyone says, you live way out there. Well, it's a lot closer to like Old Town Scottsdale than the Troon area, which is also beautiful, but Fountain Hills is hot. So, what do you got? Looked at an awesome home in Paradise Valley. If you're in just under $5 million, we posted it. Super cute. I think it's the best deal in Paradise Valley. Should go on the market either today or tomorrow. It's listed by Retzi, but super cute. I think it's a great deal, surrounded by $8-9 million homes, and it's just under $5 million. So if you're looking for that, give us a shout. Super cool house. Or look at our post yesterday. Commercial, still working on this complicated one. Probably one of the more complicated deals I've ever worked on, but it's awesome. We had some hiccups this week, last few days. But I always say there's a solution to every problem. There are no problems, just solutions. So it's just picking up the phone and saying, okay, the buyer wants the asset, seller wants to unload the asset. Seller happens to be a mortgage-backed securities company back in New York with some of the members in Florida. There's just a lot of moving parts. So we should get a contract on that today. I always say stay in control of the deal. This type of deal is kind of tough because it is a mortgage-backed security. They have minimum requirements. We're going to do our best and stay in control, but stay in control of the deal as much as you can. But there's a solution. So that's fun. It's a lot of fun looking at that. There's a 23,000 square foot industrial coming on the market by Deer Valley Airport. If I got a call yesterday, if you're looking for that. Land, builders are sitting on land. There's, building is expensive, but I got a call yesterday from a Toll Brothers representative. If the realtor brings the client to the Toll Brother development, they're going to offer you don't quote me, 5.35 or 5.5% financing. So take your realtor on your first visit to the new build. You can get some good deals. The builders are buying down interest rates, but there's a lot of backdoor stuff you won't know about, free upgrades. They want to unload the properties by the end of the year. So we're, believe it or not, we're coming up on year end here. So if you're looking at a new home, there's some decent deals out there. If you can find a spec home from a new home builder, that's even better because they want to get rid of that by the end of the year. So here we are, the economy. I am the most optimistic person in the world. My wife makes fun of me because every morning I'm the person I jump out of bed and Yahoo and let's go. And 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. But this economy scares me. Everybody wants to blame the Fed, the Federal Reserve on these interest rates, and Chairman Powell. I have a lot of respect for Chairman Powell. I used to think he was kind of wimpy and weak, but he's sticking to his guns. And besides the fact, I'm working on a paper now, do not blame the Fed. The Fed controls monetary policy. They control the money supply in the United States, liquidity, and it's their job to, when you hear 5% federal overnight rate, Federal Reserve rate, that's just a target. And they control that through all kinds of options, reverse repo agreements, things like that. The U.S. Treasury controls fiscal policy. That is politically appointed. I try to stay out of politics on these, keep politics and business separate, but when politics is the problem, we have to address it. U.S. Treasury is issuing debt left and right to cover their expenses. Spending's out of control. Geopolitical, China, one of the largest holders of U.S. bonds, they're unloading them. They were at $500 billion just a few years ago, and I think they're at like 40 billion bond holdings right now. India selling U.S. bonds. So when there is an oversupply of U.S. bonds in the market, which happens when there's no buyers and the U.S. Treasury issues bonds, that brings rates up. So we're not done with rates going up. We had a pretty hot unemployment number this morning. So people are working. This economy is humming along, but it's all government funded. So we talking to someone the other day, it's false economy. You know, it's moving forward, but rates have nowhere to go but up. And anybody who tells you otherwise doesn't understand how the bond market works. That's my point, and I'm sticking to it. But of course, nobody can predict interest rates, and I like to stick to the facts. I don't like to, forecast anything. But you may see rates come down even slightly, but liquidity is going to dry up. Like I mentioned, the reverse repo market. That is the federal government loaning bonds overnight to banks to cover their reserve requirements. That should be about a $3 trillion market. That market now sits at $1.7 trillion. So there's not a whole lot of liquidity in the bond market right now. When there's no liquidity, rates go up. So you may be financing your home, your project, your investment project, your investment deal. You may get a decent rate, which 7-8%. Hold on a second. You may get a decent rate, but are you going to be able to qualify for that rate? Because we're getting a credit crunch here. Liquidity is tightening up in the bond market, and that's what controls the mortgage rates, the mortgage-backed securities market, not the Fed setting rates. So a 10-year jumped up today. Of course, like I said, I can't predict it, but yeah, this economy scares me a little bit. It kind of reminds me of when I worked in Manhattan and there was a big snowstorm coming. And it kind of feels like if you want to get into your house, get in. It's kind of like that musical chairs, trying to get home before a snowstorm in the Northeast. Otherwise, you're going to be sleeping in the office. It's never fun. So if you're looking to buy, it's going to cost you more down the road. Investment side, let's look at your numbers. Your commercial side, look at your numbers. Let's see, do the numbers work? Maybe they do, because you can charge a higher rate. Every deal's different. We're here to help. I got a lot more to say, but I got to run, and I'm getting a little long here. But have a great day. Be smart. Be safe. Give us a call. We'll answer the phone, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Have a great weekend.